Hey my friend, probably almost anyone on this earth has experienced the pain of loneliness in some regard. And it is not an overstatement to say that it is the illness of the 21st century. Despite the fact that social media has increased virtually the friend lists of almost anyone, it has also simultaneously made people more lonelier than they've ever been before. Additionally, in this modern society, you can see that it's lost its historic nurturing and supporting structure where generations of families lived together and were able to support each other, which is no longer the case anymore. Families today are more separated than ever before, and everyone fights his own battles in this world, which only fuels the devastating increase of loneliness in people. Especially grandparents are suffering from this dynamic because they lose their feeling of purpose and connection to their children and grandchildren. It is quite ironic to see that the globalized world has in fact connected every country on earth through the internet, which makes it almost impossible for the younger generations to realize that we are all human, that we are all one, no matter what orientation, belief, nationality, skin color, or whatever you believe and have. Yet people are so lonely. And in this sense, historically, we have never ever as humanity been closer to no racism than this. So by the growing connection between people worldwide, we somehow simultaneously see the loneliness of isolation. The convenience of the computer and the internet made up the illusion that social physical interactions are no longer necessary. You can just sit in your room, avoid all gazes, looks and judgments of other people. You don't risk any humiliation or any uncomfortable social interaction. And additionally, you can also avoid all illnesses and bacteria you might be exposed to when you go outside. All of these dynamics are feeding a tendency in the newer generations who believe that they can just run away from all of their fears and insecurities instead of facing your weaknesses and insecurities and to grow out of them. We see a culture that builds a glass house around them to avoid their fears. But to truly live in connection with other people, we have to accept that our weaknesses and insecurities are a part of us. By running away from them, we don't help anyone, least of all ourselves. By learning to trust each other and embracing ourselves fully and authentically in the presence of other people, then and only then we will feel the full joy a human can experience in this life. So the path to overcome this epidemic of loneliness is a road with less social media and more exposure to the real world, face-to-face interactions and just being yourself fully. That is a path where we start to rebuild the feeling of community, where no one is left behind and all can benefit from a more engaging and interactive network of people who support each other. It is therefore also a commitment to acknowledge one's own responsibility to go outside of your comfort zone, to take on the courage to go and experience life in the real world with all the aspects that might be scary at first. And in the end, it is astonishing how little loneliness depends on the presence of other people. It is far more correlated to the relationship you have with yourself and the perspective you win by that. This means learning a healthy way of treating yourself, knowing what you love and care about, what is good for you, and knowing what is not good for you, is far more important than the company of good people. Of course, it is great to have wonderful friends and family, but when you cannot enjoy yourself, when you're by yourself, you have a problem that you have to deal with first, and the presence of other people is not a solution to that problem. It is something we all have to figure out for ourselves. What can I be, do and learn for myself? How can I live in the most beautiful and loving relationship with me? The answer is out there for everyone who is searching for it. once people find the answer to that question, the presence of good people will just be a bonus. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe right here, and if you want to watch another one, you can click right here. I'll see you in the next one. Much love.